Hello, my friends. It's Sheree. Welcome to my craft room. How is everyone doing today? I am here working on this Cinderella journal, having some fun with that. So I wanted to catch you up on where I'm at and maybe do a couple things together. So let's see what we can get done today. I have put the elastic in to hold the pages in and the closure. So this is the closure. And I always put it in, when I first put it in, I make it loose like this and wait to see how fat the journal gets with what I'm doing to it. And then I'll tighten it up, but if I need to. But it is here in the middle where whoever gets, if I make this kind of journal and you get one from my shop, or you've gotten one, you can always tighten or loosen this up a little bit here. You can tighten it up a lot, but there's a little leeway where you could actually make it a little looser too. And the same goes with this one here. This is plenty long enough to loosen or tighten, and that is what holds on the elastics in here that tie up out there. They run through the inside and hold the pages in. So that's the first signature. This is the second signature. Everything is in. All the pages are in. And so now, and then I've added a little bit to the cover here. A couple butterflies up here, really pretty. And I took the colors from the cover. There's a lot of colors in here, and picked out a couple of butterflies that go with the colors. And then I added this little flower right down here, little yellow and white flower. So that's what I've done to the cover so far. And then I just pulled this paper out. Let's see, it was right here. And I pulled it out and added a little notepad that is sewn onto this page. So it's got, this was a scrap that I showed you that I needed to do something with, this little pink piece. And under this I cut some resume paper that is nice paper for the writing paper in this little notepad, and that's sewn on there. So now I can slip this back in here, and I'll show you how easy it is to slip pages in and out of here. So I slipped it out, of course, very easily, and now I'm going to slip it in, hopefully very easily, right? No, it will be easy. See, it just slips right in there. And just get the fold in the right place, and I will be good to go. Right under the elastic. Everything's back in place there, see? Okay. And then here is our notepad. So if these pages are real easy like that to take in and out. And if there's something on it now, you'll just have to be a little careful if you get one of these journals and say you got one from me or you're getting one from me. Just be careful when you have something on it. Be a little bit more careful so you don't get that stuck under the elastic when you're taking it out, right? So the other thing I wanted to do today, I don't know if I showed you these yet. I had finished these the other day, and I think I showed you these in my last video, but they're the little spools, so some of these will go in here if I didn't show them to you or you didn't see that video. I made some of these on my Thrifty Thursday where I showed you where I got the dies. I made one big one, so after the video I made another big one. And it's 2 layers of die cut that you put together to make these. This was just some scraps that I put together as a little tag. And then I made all these little ones too. That set came with 2 sizes of the little spool dies. And this is 2 pieces of scrap paper. A pretty blue one with like a floral, and this pretty pink and blue floral on the top. So 2 layers. Then I'm going to use those as journaling cards. They're meant to be spools where you know, if you want to wrap some lace around here, you can, or, you know, whatever, ribbon, anything like that. Or you could actually fold them in half and use them as a little tag topper or bag topper. But I'm going to use these as little journaling cards because they're white on the back, and I think it would be a nice writing spot. So, and you could even make them into little pockets and things. Now, wouldn't that be cute? It's just so many tuck spots and things. So much potential. So, the next thing I wanted to do was put some trims in here. So I think I'm going to do this one first. I haven't used a lot of lace lately, and I have some pretty lace, so I was holding this up on here to see how it looked, and I thought it looked really pretty. And I thought I could put this on here and it would be just gorgeous. There's different shades of pink in this paper, and like right there, that's more of a, I don't know if it looks white in the camera, but it's actually kind of, I think it's more light pink than white. But anyway, I just thought this looked very, you know, Disney princess like lace, so I thought I would use some of this lace in here. So I want to put some here. Let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to glue it down with some, let me get this end even here. It's kind of raggedy looking. Let me cut that even. And then go from there. And I want these little scallops to peek over the edge of the paper. I think that will be really pretty on the paper and when you look at the journal from the side. So let me get this to the right length here, and then we'll go ahead and glue some of this down. And I want to glue it down on a few pages, so let's do that. And I use my art glitter glue. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little glue down here. Let's see, I have my glue spreader here if I need it. This is lace, so, you know, it's very, you know, got a lot of like holes in it. So I want to get it kind of spread out before it dries if I can. I don't really want to take the pages out of here. Yeah, art glitter glue dries so quick. You've got to really be quick with it. But I think I'll be all right here. And it does dry clear and non-shiny, so that if there's extra, you can't really see it. So let me pull this down a little. It's a little bit too high there. Let me get it to where it's peeking out over the edge. This piece needs to be pulled over a little. And I like to look at it from the other side so I can see how much is sticking over. I got to work a little bit fast here, so I'm going to try to keep it in camera, but I do got to work fast too. Get it all glued down before it dries in the right place. Get it right in the right place before it dries, I should say. There we go. I think that came out nice. And here's what it looks like, if I can get it in camera. On the other side, it's very light pink. It almost looks white, but it is a very light pink. Let me hold it up. Very pretty. And very delicate. And I don't think it's too much. Like, I don't use lace a lot because sometimes I think it can be too much. I don't know. That's just me. Maybe some people like a lot of people like a lot of lace, which is fine, but I like a little lace. So that's just me. That's my style. A little goes a long way when it comes to lace. Okay, so that is one piece. So, and I don't want to overdo it with the lace, but I want another piece back here on this other side of that particular scrapbook paper that we just put some on. This is the other side. So let's get another piece here. Let me see how this is cut and if that's going to be all right for this bottom. I need to just, I think, cut this a little bit. So it's got a little bit of a, it's not ragged. I just would rather have it a little straighter to start at the bottom of the page there. Okay. There we go. I think that's better. Yeah, that'll be better. To get it glued down in from edge to edge, top to bottom. Okay, now let me hold this here and see where I need to cut, about right there, right under my thumb. Okay, now we're going to glue that. Where is it? That. Oh, it didn't come off. Hold on, I got a little thread here. Glue that down there. Let me put this kind of right there. Now I want to see how would it look on this. because I kind of would like to put it on here too. Just on this front covers of the signatures. Yes, I think so. This has a lot of the pink flowers too, all different shades of pink. So again, let me get this edge to edge piece, and we'll glue both of these down at the same time because we're right here together with these pages, and then we'll do the last one. Okay, and then I've got some other edging too I want to show you. Okay, so let's do this one in similar fashion like we did the other one. Seemed to go just perfect on the last one, so let's see if we can do that again. Let's look at it from this side. I'm going to pull it up out a little bit here. And yes, it's all peeking out nicely. This one can come out a little bit more. Yes, okay. Now let's press it down into the glue. And I need a little bit right here. There's a little tip there. Tip of the lace that needs to be glued down. This one, yes, this one too. And this one, yep, this one too. I mean, it doesn't have to be glued down, but don't want it to get caught on anything and anything to get like ripped or anything. So if it's glued down, that will be less likely to happen. Like if you're trying to take a page out or something, or this page out. Okay. Now we need to let those dry, and we'll do the other one, which is right here. That looks really pretty, doesn't it? That looks really, I really love it. It really adds something special to the page. Okay, now this one. Kind of a lot of glue. Let's see if we can spread it out. Okay. That's my glue spreader from Dollar Tree. I always let you know because people always ask me where I got it, where I got that tool and what it is. And it's just a little makeup brush from the makeup section in Dollar Tree, but it wasn't my idea. I saw other people using it, and I thought it was so good because I was using my finger, and it works really well as a glue spreader. So, and it's, you know, $1.25, so you can't beat that. Get my little lace tips glued down, and I'm running out of glue on that, so let's use the actual glue bottle here. There we go. Let's see, is it all glued down? I almost have to leave it alone when I glue it down because I need to let it dry, or I'm going to pull it back up. Let's see this one. I just want to make sure there's enough glue under there to dry, to hold it down, you know. To hold it down. Okay. Yes. All right, let's check and see how we're doing here. Yeah, this one is good. I want to make sure no pages are getting glued together or anything. So we're all good there. Good here. That's a lot of glue. Seems like. See, these are trying to get glued together here. So we need to make sure that we're all good there. Let me just kind of let this set for a minute. See if we, okay, yeah, it's good now. It's dry enough where I could turn the page and go back and do this one. And then I will show you the other trims. Let's cut this one. We didn't cut this one yet. About right there. So I've been watching my son and his new wife's pet dogs and cats while they're on their honeymoon. And it's all been good. They all love me. I told them, don't worry, they all love me. Like, I've been watching them since they got together. Whenever they go out of town, gone out of town, I watch their animals, and of course the dogs are very friendly. And let's see, 2 of the cats are very, very friendly. One of the cats will come out and greet me, but she doesn't want me to touch her. Like, I put my hand near her. They even told me that it took this cat a long time to get used to. It was her cat before they got together, and it took this cat, it's a girl, a long time to get used to my son. And it does let my son scratch her and things now, but it took a long time. And so she's getting used to me. I put my hand up to her. But the first time I did it, I didn't know she was like that, and she scratched me. Like, "Woo, get away from me." She's temperamental. And so now I'm able to let her, I just put my hand up and let her sniff my hand, and so she's getting used to me. And she put her head on my hand like she wanted me. A cat will do that if they want you to scratch her, but then I went to scratch her, and she went, "Arr." So, like I said, temperamental. That one, but so 2 very friendly. The temperamental one that is not used to me. I think she's used to me, but she doesn't want me to scratch her yet, which is fine. I don't have to scratch her. I just want to, I just wanted her to be. I want them all to be, not feel like they've been abandoned with nobody there, with me just going up and feeding them and things. I want to give them some attention. So, anyway, and then the other 2 cats, when I first started feeding them, they used to hide. They wouldn't come out. I wouldn't know where they were. They just like were somewhere, but I would never see them. But now they come out and see me, and they let me scratch them a lot. I mean, they're very friendly now. Not as friendly as the 2, because the 2 are always like the first 2. The very, very friendly ones are always right there when I go to feed them. But the second 2 friendly ones are around, you know what I mean? They're not hiding anymore. So, and they want me to give them some attention, scratch them and everything. They have no problem. They don't try to scratch me or anything. So I just got to work on the one temperamental one. And of course the dogs love me. So, they miss their animals when they're not here. So they were asking me, how are they doing? I'm like, don't worry, I'm giving them attention. They don't even miss you. So here's what we have. Here's the lace. As you can see, it's not overpowering, but it is pretty there on the sides, I think. Don't you think? It's just peeking out the right amount there without being overwhelming. So, and I think she'll like that. She'll like, the person that's getting this will be like, like she's never seen a junk journal, so she's going to notice all these little things like the lace and the little bit of sewing on that notepad. So the next trim, I have a little pom-pom, a little pink pom-pom. I thought would be very interesting to put in here. So let's see. We're going to find a spot for some of this. And the other trim I have is some of this little pink and blue floral. So this is all I have of this. I do have some ribbon flowers too, but which remind me of this, but this is more of a embroidered type thing. And the ribbon flowers are thicker. But we could use a hole like that as a trim, or we could cut like one piece off and put it up in the corner. I think I might want to do both. So let's like, this is the primary paper. Okay, whoops. Got a little bit of glue on it from the first page, but it's fine. It didn't do anything. Anyway, so let's put just one little flower on here, because I think if you put too much glue on this type of paper, it might, you know, wrinkle or something. It's just that type of paper that, let's see if this will glue down with some of this glue here. If it won't, I will get some Fabri-Tac, but I think this will be all right. Just a little bit of glue on there, because I think it would make the paper wrinkle. And doesn't that look pretty? Just a subtle little flower there. And you can see the pink paper behind it, these two, and it just kind of looks pretty there. And with these blue lines on here, just really adds something simple and subtle but pretty when you come to this page. Okay, so let's go over and see what else we might want to do here. Now here's another page. I don't know if I want to use, I don't want to use this all up, because if it's going to be gone if I do that. But let's use another little piece on here. I think it'll be the same kind of subtle, pretty little flower here up in the corner of this graph paper. There's extra string there. Let me get that off. Okay, so let's put this here. And then a couple more of these, and then we'll look for a place for the pom-pom. So graph paper is also usually pretty thin. I mean, there is some that are thicker. I think I do have it. Is this my thicker one? This one is pretty good, but it's not terribly thick. You know, it's kind of in the middle of thick and thin. But that is really pretty too. I like that. Okay, so let's go to the second signature. And, well, let's go, actually, that was on, let's go into the back here, the back of half of the first signature. And we'll just do a couple more here, and we'll do the same amount in the back signature since they are the same. So one, we'll go ahead and cut them off here for the first signature, the rest of the first signature. And get this done now that I've made up my mind not to put a whole string on down the side of these particular flowers. I mean, I wouldn't mind using them up, but I just don't think it's necessary. You know what I mean? And I have trim if I want to. I have pretty pink trim if I really wanted to put a trim down the whole side of something. But I'm going to be using that. I want to do something different in here too, and use some trims and things that I haven't used in a while, and I have not used these flowers in a good while. I mean, I can't remember. It's been over a year, maybe a couple years since I've used these little flowers. And that lace, I don't think I've ever used that. I've had it for a while and never used it. That lace we just used. And I think I have used my Pom Pom, but I don't remember the last time I used my pink Pom Pom. So let's go ahead and cut 4 of these for the back signature here, or the second signature. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I used a good bit of it, but I still have a good bit left. Okay. So, and it's gluing down just fine with a little bit of this art glitter glue. And I think it looks really pretty. I think she'll be very happy with this journal whenever I figure out when it's done. So hard to figure out when it's done sometimes, because you just want to keep on going and decorating and things. But I think a journal like this is a great starter journal. And it's a great, I mean, I would love it too. So it's really great for anybody journal. Okay, so that was the first half, and now we've got 2 more for the second half. One here. These do have a back and front, so I'm trying to make sure I put glue on the back. The back is a little lighter. You can just tell it's the back. The colors are more, more brighter in the front of the flower. Okay. So I said a little bit about the wedding in one other video, but just, I mean, all I can really say is it went really well. I think everybody was happy with how things went. I mean, it just couldn't have gone any better. It was a perfect day. When she first started coming down the aisle, my son started crying immediately. And he's standing at the front watching her, you know, and seeing her in her dress, and she looked beautiful. And he just started, I mean, I turned around and he made me start, you know, tearing in, you know, I had to get my tissues out. And so she had to walk down a very long aisle down the middle. It was outside, but it had a really long concrete aisle down to where they were, down next to a lake. Very beautiful scene, and it was a wedding, you know, venue center, private center, and outside in like a park-like setting. And she was walking down that aisle, and there were several steps, and she had like 5 or 6 inch heels on. She's tiny, and so she had these high heels on, and she did fine, but she tripped one time, just a little bit, but that made my son smile. So that gave him a little, you know, relief there from his tears. So I think he really needed that. So I'm glad that, you know, I'm glad she didn't fall or anything, but I'm glad he got a little relief from his tears because he was about to lose it. But it was sweet. Everybody was like looking at him, but thinking he was just the sweetest thing in the world, and he is. So, okay, next. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about it. I mean, you know, it was perfect, and that happened, and that was it. You know, now they're off on their honeymoon, so all is good. All right, so let's find a place for this pretty. This is going to look gorgeous in here, right? I'm glad I have a little blue in here along with all the pink, but I do love pink, and so I hope she does too. I think if she loves Cinderella, she loves pink. But there's a lot of color in these pages, so we could put some of this. I was thinking we could put some of this on the actual book pages. I think that would be fun. And so I could put like on, say, 4 of the book pages, some of this, and that would look cool also on the pages and on the side of the journal. I think I need to cut right here on this one. And I think I need to use Fabri-Tac on this. So I'm trying to figure out. This is a small Pom Pom. As you can see, there's different sizes of Pom Pom, and this is new. This is not vintage Pom Pom or anything like that. But I really like it. It adds a lot of color and prettiness to the journal. So I pretty much like any type of Pom Pom. I have other ones that are bigger, but I thought this would be pretty, kind of a more delicate Pom Pom trim here. Let's see. Let me put this on this side. I'm going to try to put it on here if I can, and then put it down on the page. That way I won't hopefully have too much on the page itself if I can get it onto here. Let me get my glue pad out so I don't get it all over my table also for the next one. But I'm already started on this one, so let me see if I'm doing any good at all here. If I'm getting any glue on here. Onto the Pom Pom, that is. I think I am. And that's why I'm going over it again to make sure I have actual glue on there and I'm just not pretending. Okay, now to get it on the page, so I'm going to turn it over and put it down on this page. So I say, right? Maybe this isn't the easiest way to do it. We might do it different on the second one. Let's see how this goes. Gotta get it down before it dries too, and I've got getting it on my fingers, so I don't like that. Yeah, I think that wasn't the best way to do it. Let me get my glue pad. Where is it? Hold on a second. See, it's sticking on my finger. Get off of me. Okay, we'll figure it out so that when you do it, it'll be easier. Alright, so I got that under there so I can not worry about getting glue on my my next pages. I think I need more glue under here. I think this already dried before I got it down. Okay, let's see how we did up here. See, it's aligned perfectly where it's peeking over the edge there, and really all the way down. It's aligned perfectly pretty much. But this needs, oh, it is kind of sticking down, isn't it? Alright, I think I need a little bit here on the bottom. And of course my glue is oozing out now. I don't want to waste it, so I'm going to just get it on my finger. Put it right there. And then push this down. Wipe off the extra. And there we go. So now let me get my wipes out because I've made a mess on my fingers. Sorry if I'm shaking the table. I'm just gonna get this out and clean up my mess here a little bit. All right, that's better. Okay, so now that that's been sitting for a second, let's see how we did. Isn't that pretty? We've got a pink page over here, so it looks real pretty together. All right, let's pick that up. And it looks beautiful. Oh, it looks so pretty on this side too. Let me show you. Look at this side. So you've got this pretty picture on this side, and you've got the pom-pom there on the edge. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at how pretty that is. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that. Even though I tortured myself getting it on there. Now I need to let that dry because it's got a little bit on this side. And I don't want my pages to get glued together. So, like I said, I wanted to put it on 2 pages. So let's see. I don't want to put it on the page right next to that one, and I kind of don't want to put it on this one because if I do, I'll be covering up some words. Let's see, is there anywhere else I could put it? I need to put it on a page that comes out all the way to the edge so you can see it. See how you can see it there? It'll look real pretty in between the lace. Maybe I'll only put it on 1 page. Maybe it actually doesn't need to be put on 2 pages. Maybe 2 pages would be too much. See, that's very, I don't know if you could see it, but here in person, it's very apparent over the lace because the lace is so delicate and light. But it's very pretty. So, yeah, I think maybe one is enough. Okay, let's go to the back and do it then. Yep. Sometimes we have to change our minds. All right, let's look at the pages back here. Let's see which one might be good. That one was perfect because it was a title page and it had a big area on the side. So this has words out to the side. This has a little bit of room. Oh, this has a lot of room here. Let's do it right here. This has quite a bit of room here. I'm going to do it different though. Let me get this cleaned off. There's my wipe again that I just used, so I'm going to use that there. So this is nice and clean, so I'm not getting glue everywhere because it's not oozing out. I'm going to go ahead and put my glue on here. Let me cut this first though and have it ready to go down. We'll cut this first. we're going to figure out the neatest way to do this without making a big mess. Okay, hopefully this will go a little bit better. I mean, that one worked, but, you know, it was a little messy. For me, anyway. Okay, there's our length of Pom Pom trim. Yep, I think it's good. And now we're going to put a little bit of glue on the edge here. And this does go right on the edge. If you put the little flat part right on the edge of the page, then the pom-poms position themselves right exactly peeking over the edge. So it's really a nice trim to put on because it just naturally positions itself in the right position to be peeking out like I like it. Okay, so it's there. Again, let me put this out here in case I decide to squish some of the glue over onto the next page while I'm putting this down. So right on the edge of the page, the flat part. Now, am I doing it right? Does it matter which side? Hold on. You know what? I think there is a front and back to this. Yeah, this is flatter over here. Isn't it? Or am I imagining that? No, I think it is a little flatter. Okay, let's try that side. I might be imagining things, but I'm going to just go with what I think is best here. All right. Now let's see how it is. Yep, that looks good. It looks like it's in a perfect position. So it is all glued down. Let me just touch the edge. Yep, all glued down. So I'm going to leave that one there actually for a minute and let that dry. But, well, let me show you. I can finish up this video, but let me show you how it looks. See, we've got the two edges of that perfect little pom-pom there. And when you see this from the side, you see the pom-pom, you see the delicate lace, and I think that's a lot of nice trim from the side, and it doesn't overpower anything. Okay, so I'm going to put this back here so it doesn't glue anything together. And then I have another little cutting pad from Dollar Tree here that I use for gluing too. So I'm going to put this on the other side because I got a little bit of glue somewhere here. I think it's already dry, but I just want to make sure it doesn't stick my pages together. So I'm going to put that there. And this one is already good to go. It's not, no pages are sticking together. And I think that's all I had planned for right now. So I think this video is probably longer than it should be. So I will let you go and I will see you in my next video. Have a great day.